Okay, so ever since I updated my iPhone to iOS 16, I've noticed that the battery performance just isn't as good as it was in iOS 15. Now, I would like to hear from you. Is the battery performance on your device from iOS 15 the same in iOS 16, or has it never gotten better, although Apple continues to update the software? Well, I did some research and I found out just a few simple options you can turn off in order to improve the battery performance of your iPhones dramatically in iOS 16. Of course, Apple has added a ton of new features, and I'm going to show you which options to turn off so you don't make the same mistake that I did. Now, as always, if you would like to stay up to date with the latest iOS news and Apple software updates, of course, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on those notifications so that you don't miss another episode. Now, as I mentioned, I've done some research in terms of battery performance in iOS 16, and Apple has added a bunch of new features. Now, during that research, I've noticed that under keyboard haptics and haptics overall on the iPhone, Apple notes here that turning on keyboard haptics may actually impact the battery of your iPhone. If you turn on the keyboard haptics, this may impact the battery of your iPhone. Right there it is. So Apple has mentioned right here, turning on keyboard haptics may affect the battery life of your iPhone by turning these features on. Now, how do you turn these features off? Well, all you have to do is go into settings. You want to go into sound and haptics, and there's 4 options that you can turn off in order to improve the battery life of your iPhone. Now, if you go under keyboard and feedback, you have 2 options. You have sound, and then you have haptics for the keyboard. Now, this haptic option is turned off by default, but I did turn it on because I learned about it, and having haptics on my keyboard, it just feels a lot better when I'm typing, but does impact the battery of my iPhone. So over the past several days, I've turned this option off. Now, haptics while ring mode is on or off, I also turned these 2 options off for that haptics to go away. And last but not least, and most importantly, is system haptics. I also turned this option off. Now, this option is on by default, and keep in mind haptics is using a physical component inside of your iPhone, which is the Taptic engine that provides a nice user experience. However, it does impact the battery life on your device. If you were having issues in iOS 16 and you just noticed that the battery just isn't as good as it was with iOS 15 when you had your device on a previous version of iOS 15, then make sure you turn these options off. Don't make the same mistake I did. I went all out and turned on all haptics on my iPhone, and the battery just was never as good as it was before. Now, once you try this out, I would like for you guys to come back to this video and leave a comment down below. Maybe for the next 2 to 3 days, try haptics off and let me know if you like the experience, number 1, and number 2, if the battery life, of course, has improved, as I've seen major improvement on the battery with these options turned off. Just a super quick video on how to improve the battery life on your iPhone by turning off these particular options. Don't make the same mistake as I did. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.